Oh shit.
Then why can't you leave?
I don't know why it does that. Go back to the beginning. I wasn't ready to go that far yet. I bring up this movie a lot. And the reason why I bring it up is because whenever, I don't know, maybe it's because of my broken mentality. Because I would imagine that this movie would make the happiest person depressed. When I watch this movie, it makes me happy. And there are certain things in this movie that get touched up on, and I feel a certain way about this. And it's probably not gonna go in the direction that you think it's gonna go, but I'm gonna play a little bit of this.
I ain't got the first notion in the world about what makes God tick. I don't know why he spoke to me. I know I wouldn't have.
But you listened.
And what choice would you have?
I don't know.
Not listen.
Not listen.
You think he goes around talking to people he knows ain't gonna listen to him in the first place? You think he got that kind of free time?
Why is it you people can't just accept it that some people don't even want to believe in God?
I can accept that.
You can.
Sure I
Come on,
can.
man.
Meaning I believe that to be a fact. I mean, I'm looking at it every day, so I better accept it.
Then why can't you leave us alone?
Oh, to be hanging from steam pipes and all that?
If that's what we want to do, yes.
Because he said not to.
Okay. Fair argument from both sides. I feel like, regardless of where your belief system is, some of you may believe more than others. I personally, I don't like to get wrapped up in things. So, I see a lot of misrepresentation in my opinion. I feel like the institution that is belief does not represent what it tries to. It doesn't represent its own message that it tries to, whatever the word is, to people that it tries to deliver. I don't think, but we'll keep going.
It's in here. Don't you want to be happy?
Happy?
This is
What?
the
You
best.
got something against being happy?
God help us.
What? I done opened up a can of worms? What you got against being happy?
It's contrary to the human condition.
Contrary to your condition, I gotta agree with that.
Happy.
What? Like there ain't no such thing? Not for nobody?
No.
Well, how do we get ourselves in such a fix as this?
Tell
We were
him.
born in such a fix as this. Suffering and human destiny are the same thing. Each is a description of the other.
We ain't talking about no suffering. We talking about being happy.
You can't be happy if you're in pain.
Right?
Why not?
You're not making any sense.
Oh, there was some hard words from the professor. The preacher has fell back. He's clutching his heart. His eyes is rolled back in his head. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, folks.
He's
The
coming
preacher's
back.
blinking. He's coming back. He's coming back. The point is, Professor, that if you ain't got no pain in your life, how would you even know when you was happy? As compared to what?
You don't have
Fucking come on, man. Come on, dude. Are you joking?
anything to drink around here, do you?
No, I don't. You
Now you're
drinking
about
it?
to get in the meat.
Are we about to get the temperance lecture?
Not for me.
It's been a difficult day. I take it you don't drink.
Not anymore.
No, I don't. I done my share of it in my time, though.
Are you in AA?
No,
Nope.
no AA. I just quit.
Yep.
I had a lot of friends who was drinking, so most of them, for that matter. Most of them dead, too.
From drinking?
Well, from drinking, or reasons not too far from it. I had a friend get run down not too long ago by a taxi cab. Now, where you think he was headed drunk?
This.
I don't know. Where was he going?
Getting more whiskey. He had plenty at the house, but drunks always scared they gonna run out.
Was he killed?
I hope so. We buried him.
I suppose.
Come on, dude. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's hilarious. The best. But this is gonna get into the whole point why I pulled this up. Because I'm trying to quit smoking cigarettes right now. It's not easy. Just because of I don't know why. I know where the road ends. I don't want my road to end there. It's not even the action of doing it. It's not satisfying. It's just something to do. I think it's the ritual more than anything. The ability to slide out the door in the middle of a party and light up just to get a moment to fucking get away from everybody when you're overwhelmed, right? Or just to have a reason to be outside. Even though you don't need a reason to be outside, you could just go. But when you're an adult, you have to have a reason. You can't just do things to do them because they're fun. Because in my sick brain, you know, I don't want to look like a weirdo. But I don't look like a weirdo if I'm outside slowly killing myself.
There's a moral to this story.
It's a story about what you get, what you want. Pain, happiness. Let me tell you another. One Sunday, we was all sitting around the house drinking. A Sunday morning, well, here come this friend of ours with this girl, Evelyn. Now, Evelyn was drunk when she got there, but we told her to go in the kitchen and fix herself a drink. Well, directly, my buddy Reg, he goes in the kitchen to fix himself a drink. Only now, the bottle is gone. Now, Reg hadn't been around a few drinking people in his time, commences to hunt for the bottle. He looks in the cabinet, looks behind everything, but he can't find it. Of course, he knows what's happened to it, so.
What happened?
He comes back in the living room, sits down, looks at Evelyn sitting there on the sofa, drunk as a goat, and he says, Evelyn, where you put the whiskey? Evelyn says, he said, Evelyn, where did you hide the whiskey? She But Reg is sitting there and it's beginning to piss him off a little, so he gets on her face and he says, and she says, I hid it in the toilet.
That's pretty funny.
Is that not the shit, dude? I hid it in the toilet. Who does that? Part of what makes this shit so great, though, is the way that Samuel L. Jackson delivers it. How Tommy Lee Jones is not having it at all whatsoever. Doesn't barely even cracks a smile. I don't know how. Woo, every time. Cracks me up every time, dude. Oh, shit.
Funny.
I thought you liked that.
And is that where the whiskey was?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a favorite place for drunks to hide a bottle. But the point is that the drunk's concern ain't that he's gonna die from drinking, which he is.
Right.
But that he's gonna run out of whiskey before he get a chance to do it.
Ooh.
Is you hungry? Because I can come back to this. I ain't gonna lose my place.
No, I'm all right. Go ahead.
If you was to hand a drunk a drink, and tell him he don't want it, what you think he'd say?
I think I know what he would say.
Sure you do. And you would be right.
About him not really wanting it.
Yes. Because what he wants, he can't get, or thinks he can't get. So what he really don't want, he can't get enough of.
So what is it he really wants?
Oh, you know what he really wants.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
You don't know what he wants.
No, I do not.
He wants what everybody wants.
And that is?
He wants to be loved by God.
I don't want to be loved by God.
See, I love that. I love the way you cut right to it.
See, damn it, dude. This is where he fucks himself. Spoilers, I guess. Look, dude, this is my beef with his character, bro. This is where you fuck yourself, dude. Because if you just would have came up off the pedal a little bit, it's not, you want him to want to be loved by God, dude. Why can't it just be that maybe he just wants to be loved in general? Maybe he feels like he can't be happy unless he's fucked up. Because he hasn't learned, he's living in so much pain, whatever it is that is hurting him. They realize the only time that he's really happy is when he's not really there at all. There's actually a really good line in, I know I trashed them to pieces, but I mean, there are gems in the music if you are patient enough to find it, which is ICP song Sedatives. I think it's like the third verse in where he says, the only time I'm at peace is when I ain't even there. God, tell me why the fuck am I here? And if you really think about that, dude, it makes sense in the sense that like you get fucked up so bad by life. The only time you think that you're happy is when you're so far away removed from your own life that it doesn't affect you. But before you even realize it, the struggle of running away begins to become a tedious process in and of itself, and then the action of doing that makes you unhappy, but you're so used to doing it that you can't give that up, because then what is left? If I can't run away from what it is and I can't deal with it because it hurts me for whatever reason, what am I gonna do then? And before you know it, if you don't fucking quit what you're doing, it's going to put you down anyway, to a point where you're going to go and look at whatever it was. You're going to say, was it really that bad? Maybe it wasn't, but it's too late now and there's nothing I can do about it. It's pretty fucked up.
He don't either, according to him. All he wants is a drink of whiskey. Now, you're a smart man, Professor. Now, tell me, which one makes sense and which one don't?
I don't want to drink a whiskey either.
I thought you just got done answering for one.
I mean, it's a general proposition.
We ain't talking about no general proposition. We talking about a drink.
I don't have a drinking problem.
You got some kind of problem?
Well, whatever kind of problem I have, it is not something that I imagine can be addressed with a drink of liquor.
I love the way you put that. Well, what can it be addressed with?
I think you know what it can be addressed with.
Yeah.
The Sunset Limited.
Yes.
Fuck.
That's what you really want.
That is what I want, yes.
That's what you think you want.
Well, that's a mighty big drink of whiskey.
That I don't really want.
That you don't really want, yes.
You don't need
I
it.
think I do want it.
Yeah, of course you do, honey. If you didn't, we wouldn't be sitting here.
I disagree with you.
All right, but that's the hand I'm playing.
I don't think you understand that people such as myself look upon this yearning for God as something lacking in these people.
Sure I do. I couldn't agree more.
You agree with that?
Yes. What's lacking is God.
God damn it, man. You were so close, dude. What the F, bro? You were so close, dude. What's lacking? Look, I suppose that you can look at a hole. You can look at a hole and look at a pile of dirt, and you could say, I could fill that hole with this pile of dirt right here. But maybe instead of filling that hole with that pile of dirt, maybe you should stick a tree in it. Maybe. Where do you get the tree from? But that's the fucking problem, isn't it? That's what we gotta figure out. Where is the tree? I don't know. If it was easy to find it, maybe we wouldn't be playing around in the dirt in the first place. But it's not so easy to fucking get your hands clean, you know? It probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it doesn't matter. And the point is, dude, I mean, That's some powerful shit right there. And maybe you don't want to hear it. Maybe you don't see it that way. But I know the way that, like, when I hear shit like this, dude, I don't look at this as the argument of whether or not to believe in God. I rather look at this movie, and the way that I see it is an argument of life and its ups and downs. That's really more what it feels like to me. And you can substitute whatever you want, whatever you think will fit in that space. But that shit, that scene, just it makes me laugh. I really enjoy that movie, even though I know most people would probably be bored from it, or maybe you don't understand it. Whatever the situation is, I really enjoy it. And I was standing outside and I was smoking my cigarette, and what I was thinking about while I was standing out there was exactly what he was saying. The line where he says, basically that my friend got hit by a cab going to the store to get whiskey, and the reason why he was doing that was it not out of the fear that the whiskey is going to kill him, but the fear that he would run out of whiskey before he gets the chance to die. That's heavy shit. But that's what this is, dude. That's what that is. I don't need this to function. This is a fucking hurdle in my life right now. And I don't even know how the fuck did it come to this. If at any other point in my life, if you would have told me I would be sitting here having this dilemma right now, I would have told you were fucking crazy. That I wouldn't be so stupid to fall into a trap like that. But the irony of it is that, sometimes the most obvious thing is the thing you actually wind up falling into because you think that you're too good for it. Or at least I did. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Really, I wanted to share that with you. I wanted to talk about this, I guess, because this is a thing that I'm dealing with right now. And I could easily blame it on 100 things, when the reality of the matter is that in this moment in time, I'm weak. That's all it is. I'm weak. I'm bitching up right now. That's it. That's all it is. And I need to find whatever it is in me to fucking pull out the other side of this, dude. But this is the same, I think this is the same reason why people die overdosing from heroin, or popping pills, or getting drunk and driving their car into a fucking telephone pole. Whatever it is, it's the same shit. It's the same, I think it's the same struggle, and we all might have different reasons for why we feel like we're in that. And I'm not sitting here trying to preach to you, really. I think I'm more so trying to convince myself that, like, I have the capability of getting out of this alive at the other side. But the ironic part of it is the damage is already done. This is unlike anything else. That's the most fucked up part about it, isn't it? There is no going back, man. If you get drunk at a party and you get sick and you wake up with a hangover the next day, you can go, well, I'm just not going to drink anymore. And then the next day you don't drink and you don't get sick and you don't wake up with a hangover. The reality of the situation is that even if I quit that shit right this second, I could still have cancer tomorrow. I understand the logical solution is not, so then just keep doing it, because then you're guaranteed to get it. And even if you do have it right now, maybe it won't be that bad. if you quit right now, the odds are better, probably in your favor, that you won't get it versus if you keep doing it because you know you definitely will. I don't know, man. It's tough. It's a tough order of fucking business. I know it's something I have to do. This is not even the hardest thing that I've had to do in my life. This should be the easiest thing for me to give up. It should be the easiest thing for me to fucking give up. Believe me, there's things that were much harder to not do. There were things that were much harder to not do, dude. Okay, being on probation for 3 years and not being able to smoke or drink and not doing it. Being around people who smoke and drink all the time. Just knowing, are you willing to throw your fucking second chance at life away and go to jail because you want to join the party? No, you're not, right? So fucking give it the fuck up. I don't know why I can't do that with this. I know I can. I'm not gonna say I can't because I know I can do it. I just have to fucking do it. That's the struggle that I'm having. Especially, look, it doesn't help living with a smoker, but the reality is that if she started shooting heroin right now, I'm not putting the needle in my fucking arm. So why is it okay for me to make a fucking excuse and say, well, she's smoking, so it makes it harder for me to quit smoking? That's a cop-out. That's a cop-out, and it's a bitch move, and it's a bitchy thing to say. Throw some fucking ice on your vagina and get your fucking life together. Now, we do have some good things that have come out of this. And the reality of this is, I know I made the video already where when I started to get sick. And this time is a lot harder to bounce back from. I'm not 100% right now. That scares me. But I guess the animal part of my brain is just like, well, fuck it, dude. We're doing this. The good thing is, look, in the morning, I'm able to get up. I bring the dog out. I don't bring one with me. I don't bring them with me. I see them on the counter, and I leave them there. Usually. This morning, I brought one with me, and I didn't light it. I had it. I brought one. I left the lighter upstairs on purpose, and I brought it with me because I thought maybe if I just hold it in my hand and I pull it a little bit, even though it's not lit, maybe that will help. I've gone outside, I've done the deal, I did the thing. Now maybe I'll feel better. The cravings are not as bad as they were. Where it's like, oh, I need to go. The amount that I was smoking is obscene, dude. It's fucking obscene. Like, it's not crazy, but it's fucking crazy. It's crazy. I'm not making any sense. I know I'm not making any sense. Look, the reality is this. I'm going to do this, and I'm not telling you this to put it out there to be like, oh, now I have to do it. I'm saying it because this is what's on my mind right now, and talking through things helps sometimes. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you tomorrow I'm not going to smoke at all, because I might. So I don't want to put that pressure on myself. Just talking about it though, and being able to work through this thought process is helpful, because as I'm saying it out loud, that's what makes it real. So it gives it substance, man. Because if it's only in my head, I can pass it off as you're just overthinking. These thoughts that you're having don't make sense. But if I say it out loud, and it seems like I'm handing you the argument somebody could be handing to me. And it makes sense. Like, dude, don't be a dumbass, dude. Just stop it. You can do it. Just stop it. But look, everybody has a struggle. Okay? That's what it is. Now I'm defending myself. Whatever. It is what it is. Look, the podcast is going to get a little bit dark. Not this episode coming up. Couple after this might switch some things around because I talked about a couple of heavy topics. But, that's okay. Because you know what? Joey Diaz said something yesterday that really made me think. Like he said, sometimes you gotta be present every week, and you gotta talk through whatever you have to talk through, and whatever emotion it is, that's the emotion that it is. At least you showed up, you did what you had to do, you talked through it, and then next week try to make it different, try to make it better, try to improve. That's not exactly what he said, I'm paraphrasing, but it's not, I understand it's supposed to be somewhat of a funny podcast depending on who you talk to, right? But look, I mean, it's just silly jokes, dude. I'm not sitting here trying to claim that I'm a comic in any sense of the word. I do think that I have lived a comic's life in the sense that shit happens to me that I think I've been in situations that would be good for stage material if I had the brain to be able to write it and process it that way. But I don't. But it's just odd situations that I don't think are normal, that don't happen to normal people. But that's all right. That's all right. We're not normal. We're a little different. We're a little bit different. We're not a complete circle. We're not all the way square. We're something right in between, and that's all right. I'm all right with that. I like being different. It took me a long time to fucking accept that, because I wanted to be like everybody else, because I got fucked with for being different. But why I'm different is what is, I don't want to say cool, but it's what makes me who I am. And if I was like them, then I wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't be doing this, and I wouldn't be able to say that I did it. Which hopefully sooner or later I'll be able to say that I quit this shit. I did give myself a personal deadline, but I know I can't let it go that far. But look, this is already long enough. I'm gonna put it out anyway. Just as it is, in a moment of mania. Because this is what I'm going with the flow, dude. Because some of the downer shit that is coming in the future, like, I feel stupid for letting certain things infiltrate my armor and trick me into buying into their fucking way of thinking. Which I'll wrap it up with this, is that I was just watching a podcast with Tim Dillon, and I don't know your name, sir, person that he was on, but it says something along the lines of why are you trying to act rational when the world is crazy, or something like that. And it's a whole big conversation about a whole bunch of different other shit. And Tim Dillon was saying, like, look, the gatekeepers are pretty much coming for the internet, right? Like, for a while it was all everybody do whatever they want to do, but now you have these big companies that are coming in and they're buying shit. And now you're only going to get pushed if you sound a certain way, if you do certain things. But, that's the nature of the industry, and that's fine. And they should exist, and we should acknowledge them, but also acknowledge the fact that we don't fit. We get in where we fit in, and we know where we don't fit in. Okay? We don't go to people's houses and beg to sit at their dinner table with them. We don't do that. Now, should we eat our pride sometimes and put our foot in our mouth by me? I mean me. Of course. Everybody probably should sometimes, right? But at the same time, I don't want to sit at a table with a bunch of people who don't want me there. So it's fine. We're gonna do our own shit. And I feel bad that I allowed these psychopaths to infiltrate my brain and make me feel bad that I don't have certain things. We didn't need them before. It wasn't about that. That's not why this thing got started. It got started to talk about whatever needed to be talked about and try to have a good time along the way, and hopefully maybe you will enjoy it. That's why this got started. But if nobody likes it, who gives a fuck? I'm having a good time most of the time. But these are my ups and downs, dude, to leave some shit behind for maybe nobody. It doesn't matter. Just to be able to say, look, I did something. I created something out of nothing. And it's something I can be proud of. And you can do the same shit. You can do the same shit in whatever it is you're trying to do. But it's a whole separate conversation. I know, look, I'm all over the place. I completely understand that. But these are the thoughts that I'm having right now. So this is what I'm putting out into the fucking world. Tomorrow, a live stream will take place at some point. Be there or be squared. Whatever you want to do. If I was you, I'd be in attendance, just because you never know what's going to happen. And you didn't plug your shit, dummy, in the beginning of the video. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Tomorrow. Yeah.